We've traversed the tombs of Naxxramas. We've climbed every cliff on Black Rock. Now the world cries out for heroes. As a new evil rises, there will be danger. There will be doom. There will be ancient temples filled with relics, treasures, and traps. Who will answer the call?
We will lead, explorers lead, and we are in need of explorers. Adventure we seek, cross land and sea. Won't you come and join us?
Yes!
Hi guys, and welcome back to StarLadder iLeague. I'm your host Nimsh, and I'm here with Savitz. And oh man, we had two amazing matches, Savitz. I don't know if you have seen them, but Purple versus Orange. Orange actually took it, and Kranich versus Surrender. Kranich did it again. He was losing 0-2, and then he took the series 3-2. So king of comebacks, Kranich, and Orange actually winning versus Purple. But the next match is going to be, who is the best Shaman, Kolento or Kranich?
Oh yeah, Shaman is a class that many people consider the weakest, but these players disagree. They decided both to bring Shaman here, playing those aggressive Shaman lists. They're quite different from each other. Kranich was playing more the mech type of Shaman, and Kolento was playing the Guard Straw heavy elemental destruction burst Shaman. So
Yeah.
it should be some cool games ahead of us.
I would call it Zeus Shaman because there's so much burn, but on the other hand, with the Trogs as well, it's kind of like Kolento Shaman, right? Because we haven't seen it before.
Yeah, I would, for now I would call it Kolento Shaman because I've never seen anybody else play anything like that.
Absolutely. And then Kolento is the only player who's actually bringing Druid to the tournament as well. And that's so funny because Purple and Orange, they brought Priest, which supposedly has to counter Druid. But then only Kolento was playing Druid, and Kolento actually won versus Orange before, so Priest didn't work that well.
Yeah, it's not one-sided matchup at all. I would also say that it slightly favors the Priest, because the Priest minions are so stat efficient in the Dragon Priest especially, and when you get those buffed up, there's no real good answer to the buffed minions. You can Keeper Silence, but Keeper is a 4 mana, and it's a kind of small minion on its own, so the Priest has a tiny edge, but anything can happen in that matchup for sure.
Absolutely. All right, so I know everybody knows Kolento and Kranich, but if you have to say one sentence about each of them, what would you say?
Kranich, aggressive style, has had a lot of success in other tournaments, but not this one's doing well. Kolento, maybe the most accomplished professional Hearthstone player from the beginning. Should be a cool match. Both of these players right now at 2 wins, 2-0, should be cool.
Yeah, this means that actually after this, let's quickly see if they play today. Yeah, they will have one more match, but whoever wins this one has a really good chance to go out of the group. The group has 5 players. We're playing round robin, so everybody plays versus everybody. With those 2 wins, if you have 3 wins, is it 100% sure that it will go outside of the group? I think it is actually.
Yeah, it should be a guaranteed. I don't know if there's a way that the 3 players are going to tie for like top 3, all having a 3-1 score. I'm not sure if that's possible. If like Surrender wins all of its remaining matches and Kranich, Kolento all end up at 3-1, but it should be pretty much a guaranteed spot in the top 2.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, by the way, this Surrender, even though he didn't show up yesterday, and we wanted to give default wins to the players, they refused to take them. So Surrender is back today, and he already played 1 game, and he will be playing all the other games as well, because the players really wanted to play out matches instead of getting default wins.
Yeah, and wow, I'm really looking forward to this match. Both players bringing out a little bit like same classes. Both of them also have a Paladin in there, but Kolento was playing, if I remember correctly, it was more mid-range type of Paladin,
Yeah.
while Kranich is playing a Secrets Paladin. So.
Kranich is actually playing mid-range as well. And
he was playing mid-range too. Cool.
Yeah, Keeper of Uldaman. I'm not sure if he's playing Murloc Knight. I think he should. But we've seen a lot of Murloc Knight from Kolento. Actually, even 3 of them or 4 of them at some point, which was crazy.
I remember that match yesterday. It was quite a memorable one. Can happen. Murloc Knight does spawn that random Murloc, and sometimes you get the big ones.
Yeah, you do. You do very often. And we'll have much more Murloc matches in the future for sure with the new wing with anything can happen. Everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome, yeah. Anything can happen. I tried to play a little bit of anything can happen today, and I have to say it wasn't that successful. It's just the card on its own is so powerful, but it's so slow, and you have to put those some of the weaker Murloc cards in your deck as well. So it wasn't spectacular, to say the least.
If that deck gets more popular, there is one interesting card that you can play as a priest. It's Thoughtsteal, and I've already seen one match where the player was playing Anything Can Happen, and he was actually having Murlocs die, and then before he played his card, Priest with Thoughtsteal actually played it for 10 mana and killed him with all the Murlocs that died this game.
Oh wow! Okay.
Because all the Murlocs that die, it's not like Murlocs die on your side.
Yeah. Okay, that's really nice interaction there. Haven't seen that before.
That's a pretty cool thing. All right, but anything can, even though anything can happen, it can't happen this game because the players are not allowed to play the latest wing. They had to submit the decks before. This means that Kolento and Kranich, they play second wing, Brown Bronzebeard, Keeper of Uldaman, great cards in their decks.
Yeah, Kranich looking at the Master of Battle. That should be a good card to start things off with. Kolento throwing away his stuff, but just big of Tunnel Truck into a Totem Column. It's pretty much the best possible start, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely, and the fact that you're going first as well, so you can go with the Trog. You're not awkward on mana, and he is starting with that Trog right now. What can Kranich do? He doesn't have shield.
Nothing for now.
Yeah. Oh man, no shielded me, but as well, and Totem Golem. Consecration can maybe useful later in the game, but is this the moment where you have to coin Master for Battle to start fighting back?
It doesn't accomplish much, and the mana gets really weird after that, because what do you do for turn 3? There's no play available for Kranich for turn 3. But he might just kind of gamble here and just go for the Master, hope to maybe pick up an Equality or something like that.
Yeah.
Kranich is really relying on his top decks right now. He needs something to play next turn. Maybe an Alder Peacekeeper, maybe an Equality, but it has to be something that he can play, or otherwise he's going to be really, really in a bad spot.
Well, even though he doesn't have the play on turn 3, he will be able to create the dude with the hero power. And right now he has the weapon and 3 dudes to be able to just to deal with this board a bit. And he has Consecration as well. So even though he will take a lot of damage, if he can create, prepare the board for a good Consecration on turn 4, that might be the turn where he comes back.
Yeah, he does have that heal, but so the heal but will help a little bit, but he really has to manage this early aggression. Oh, that Harrison Jones, it's not playable for now. It might prove useful against the Doomhammer later on, if things go well, but it's taking so much damage next turn, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's a little damage, and he's probably forced to just attack into the Trogs to prepare for Consecration next turn. Because if he doesn't, there is a chance that the board is getting cleared, but he is actually not telegraphing that Consecration, he is attacking face.
Yep, and double Crackles. I wouldn't be surprised if Kolento just went for it. He does get those extra points of damage from that Drog, from that Overload. Let's see what he rolls. What are the Crackles gonna be?
It's like a mana worm. 6! Oh my god, that's so much damage.
And?
Is that the second 6?
No, 3. That's fair. One of them was the highest and the other one was lowest, so.
And that's almost it. He has Lava Burst in hand, so even with Consecration, Kolento just steals the game, right?
That's actually going to be it, yeah. Kolento has a couple of points of Overload, but he will still be able to cast the Lava Burst and turn 5. There's a heal bot, but Kranich never had the time to play it.
Turn 5 kill, and he got a Golden Lava Burst as well.
Wow. Oh, that was a quick one.
So I have one thing to say. Savitz, welcome to StarLadder I-League.
Yeah, what a way to start things off. Kolento, I've seen Kolento play 3 games with this Shaman, and every single win has been just as convincing. It seems like a strong deck to me, but 3 games is only 3 games. It might not be that consistent. What if you don't throw your Drogs earlier, for example? Maybe there's not enough burn, maybe your opponent will have more time, but in this game at least, that was just a huge blowout.
Well, yesterday he had a game where he didn't get a good start, but he was able to turn around the game with double elemental. How do you call it? Like the 3 mana.
Elemental Destruction.
Elemental Destruction. Yeah, he did cast it twice. He was able to clear the board, and he was drawing actually a lot of cards as well. So then in the end he was able to burst his opponent down. But yeah, that Shaman is something that you might want to try on ladder. But it's locked for now, so we will not see it anymore in this match at least. And now we're going to see a Paladin-Paladin mirror match, and it should be quite fun.
Yeah, the format is conquest, so these players will have to find wins with 3 different classes. You can't just 3-0 your opponent with the same class. And now Kolento trying to find that win with his Paladin.
There is a Zombie Chow for Kolento, but nothing else for early pressure. So it doesn't look that great. And for Kranich, he has the Shilomii bot mastered, True Silver Belcher.
Yeah, Kranich was missing that Zombie Chow, but aside from that, his hand is looking really solid. Turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, turn 5. Even if he doesn't draw any other useful cards, he has a really nice curve going forward.
Yeah, but there is a Consecration, so Consecration might be useful for Kolento to deal with the board, because right now, what do? Oh, Coghammer gives him an option, so instead of Master, he can go for the Coghammer, but he decides to go for the Master anyway.
Yeah.
Deal with the small minion first.
Just leaving up the Zombie Chow here. Kolento has the option here to coin out the Consecration, and I think he will. Because he has a minion to play on turn 4. Even with the second Consecration, there's no real need to hold on to a Consecration. His options are really limited.
Is there any merit to not using Consecration here and waiting one more turn? Just hero power, kill maybe one of the 1/1s?
Well, he could do that, and just like hero power. I wouldn't be too surprised. I mean, Quartermaster is not available for Kranich just yet, but I do like this Consecration a lot. It hits 4 minions, and with the Zombie Chow he can get the board fully cleaned.
Yeah, I like it as well. And you also force the weapon attack on the Zombie Chow.
Yeah.
And suddenly, there's not much you can do. Attack and develop True Silver and pass, or is the minion...
The True Silver is really nice here. No matter what threat Kolento plays on turn 4, whether it's going to be a Murloc Knight or maybe Pilotless Shredder, Kranich will be able to deal with it. And his turn 5 is looking like a Belcher, so he won't have the mana next turn to Belcher anyway. And that True Silver right there just forcing Kolento to hero power instead of playing the Murloc Knight.
Yeah. Shredder would be a bit better, probably, but the 1/1 is still fine. It's not something that you want to kill with the True Silver, and it can help to deal with the Belcher if it survives, but Kranich recognizes that True Silver from the other side is also a threat, and he doesn't want to lose Belcher to that.
Yeah, just dealing with it straight away. Makes a lot of sense.
And there is a True Silver, so that was really heads-up play from Kranich.
Yeah, sure was. Here, Kranich, with that Goghammer, he can deal with the load. Load quite often threatens your Belcher heavily, and the Belcher dies to it easily, but in this situation, Kranich can deal with and keep his Belcher around.
Also play some minions to follow up, so pretty good situation still for Kranich, but there is Dr. Boom, not this turn yet.
Not just yet, he only has 6 mana, but for turn 7 that is going to be really good for Kolento. Kolento also has access to the Equality Consecration, but I don't know if this is the time for it just yet. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer.
Throwing 2 cards to kill the Belcher, because you don't care about Zombie Chow that much, and this 1/1 is not threatening you at all, even though there is the Quartermaster in Kranich's deck. Oh man, what do you even do here?
Murloc Knight hero power is something, because I think that Kolento really wants to hold on to the last Consecration as long as he can. So I don't see the Consecration as a real option here. So maybe hero power and buff the dude into 3/3, or Murloc Knight into hero power.
I think Consecration is super important because of those Quartermasters and dudes as well. And mostly how you win this matchup, if there is no clear advantage, just at some point both players run out of cards, and then whoever has the Quartermaster with the board actually wins if there is no clear.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you spend the Equality Consecration here, there's a Master of Battle. It's really hard to come back. And yes, we have confirmation 3 wins guarantees top 2 for the group. So whoever wins this match is guaranteed a spot
in the second group stage.
In the second group stage, yes. The Kranich has tough decision here, because Kolento is holding on to that Equality Consecration. Kranich really smartly not playing more minions into it.
Yeah, he really wants to bait out Consecration, and True Silver is useless against the Belcher with 5 toughness.
Yeah, I think a lot of players might have played another minion here, maybe the heal bot, but Kranich
actually plays the heal bot.
He does play the heal bot in the end. Alright, has the Tyrian Forging, so it's going to get a little bit punished here. But has a good turn for turn 8 anyway.
Yeah, well, it was risky on one hand, but on the other hand, as mentioned, that's the second consecration for Kolento. So
It was.
if Kranich at some point is able to play Master and Quartermaster, or even just couple dudes in Quartermaster, he will be in a great spot because Kolento will not have the clears. He has second equality, I believe, and with some dudes, if he has some advantage on the board, it will be good, but no other consecration there.
Yep. And Kranich already saw one consecration, so he took the right risk there, and this time it didn't pay off. But there was a high likelihood that Kolento did not even have that consecration just yet.
Oh man, the knife hit as well there.
Yep, he did have 2 knives. He could have hit the second one from the hero power as well. So it's like chances were good for Kolento to take out the divine shield.
That was really well handled, Tyrion, I'd say, because
It sure was.
It was almost super clear. Obviously, silence will be a bit better, but this weapon is going to kill a couple of minions. But still, it's not going to win the game for Kranich. And Kolento has his own Tyrion to follow up.
No, I'm a little bit surprised that he didn't kill a minion with the weapon first to try have better chances to juggle some. No way. Oh, sorry. I was looking at your own juggler.
No juggle there.
Yeah, no juggle there. Okay.
Alright, well, he can kill the minion now, and that
Yeah,
character
yeah.
is going to die.
Yeah, absolutely. No sequencing errors there. But somehow I was living at Kranich as I was juggling. But yeah, Kolento here, 9 mana, does have the option to Tyrion 14 or Dr. Boom. Even the Murloc Knight, not that terrible, but probably gonna see something like a Dr. Boom or the Tyrion.
Yeah, also an important part is that he's actually able to kill the Murloc Knight as well with the minions on board. So how to deal with that Tyrion? There is equality.
Yeah, but equality would be somewhat wasted here, I think. Because he does have that weapon too, so might as well use the weapon to clear off the Tyrion.
And because he got a heal bot and he has True Silver for the future, he should not be afraid of taking 6 damage here.
Not at all, yeah, he has plenty of healing. Keeper of Ul'dah, Ah.
Oh, that's something. He will be able to deal with the board fully here.
Yeah, it's true, like he can now clear the last minion too. Keeper of Ul'dah, while it is a card that you sometimes you wanna hold on to later on, he did have the way to kill the even without it. Kranich does have equality in his hand, so if there's something like the Dr. Boom, which seems to be happening right now, Kranich will still be able to deal with it.
Yeah, but then the boombots are still okay. Kolento might think about playing something else though. So if he decides that there are ways to deal with Dr. Boom, Albor Peacekeeper equally, especially that he can't deal with the minions on board, what would be the better play? Belcher? Shulami bot? But then again, if there is no way to deal with Dr. Boom, it's so good.
Yep, it sure is. I mean, even the big game hunter, it's not that bad of a situation. Oh, Harrison Jones! That is precisely what Kranich needed.
But you probably equally first. That's the question, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you go into equality, you should do it first. There's the chance that Kranich would find a consecration from the Harrison Jones, and in that case, he would not need the equality because he could just use the weapon and the consecration. It's a tough call. It's a bit of a gamble to Harrison first, because it might be that he would have to use the equality anyway, and in that case, the Harrison Jones would go down to 1 HP. So it would be much safer to equality first.
Harrison Jones is still a great pickup. Just dealing with that Ashbringer is a great thing to happen, and he is going for Harrison first, so he's looking for consecration, as you said.
Yeah, or a big game hunter. Does not find it. Quartermaster, it's something he could buff his dude. He only has 1 dude on the board right now. Healbot also an option. Equality would look really silly right now.
Yeah. Quartermaster it is then. But on the other hand, what is more valuable, Quartermaster or equality?
Well, the equality it wouldn't work here, like was mentioned, because it would damage the own minion. So the Quartermaster, yeah, with the weapon it allows him to deal with that, but Kranich will no longer have the Quartermaster available. For later, Kolento getting a big Murloc from his Murloc Knight. Wow.
Yeah, that Murloc is great because you need to kill Murloc Knight as a priority, and if you do, Kolento will actually draw a card. But yeah, he's taking the board, and there's not much Kranich can do to deal with this. He has True Silver that can kill 1 minion, but he is at 8.
Yeah, Kranich with that equality, but no consecration.
No way to draw cards.
No way to draw cards, so that won't happen this time. Just a true silver. Giving Kolento a card here. Oh man, feels so bad, but he has to do it and just hope Kolento gets a bad one.
Alright, he has to use Healbot not to die. And there is 7 damage incoming. Kolento will not be able to deal 8 because he's a paladin, but still in a great shape. Both Tyrians out. There's a Sludge Belcher coming.
Double Belchers.
And if Kranich gets the Consecration, that might not be that bad.
Yeah, he still has a chance, definitely, but he destroyed right now. That is not it, and I think that might just be the game right there. Is there any way out of this for Kranich?
So he can't draw cards if he heals that doesn't... he can't heal as well. He can heal only with the weapon, but he can't really because there are 2 taunts, so he is going to take 1 damage at least. Equality... He can deal with, let's say, 2 Belchers, but there is 5, 7...
Okay, I think he can actually survive at 1 if he equalities, trades the antique heal, but for the front half of the Belcher, and uses the true silver on the slime. That way he would heal up to 11.
There's a weapon as well in Kolento's hand.
Okay. Using the owl too, yeah. So by using the weapon on the slime here, he would survive at 1. But we know better. Kolento does have a Goghammer, so that Goghammer is going to end this game, and Kolento taking an early 2-0 lead.
Wow. So Paladin versus Paladin, he gets Quartermaster. It's not needed, just going with the weapon to the face, and that Murloc was pretty good. And overall, a very interesting match. I like how both players dealt with Tyrians. It seems like Tyrion didn't do much in this match.
No, like both players now with those owls. The owls were a little bit late, or you would rather use them the Tyrians, but they managed to somewhat alright deal with the Tyrians even without the owls, which was pretty cool to see.
Absolutely, and now Druid is the only deck left for Kolento. He needs to win at least once with it versus 3 decks from Kranich. And I called Kranich the king of comeback before because he was 2-0, down to 0, and he reverse swept Orange and Surrender. If he does the same thing to Kolento, that would be so funny. Kranich
Yeah, Kranich going for his Shaman, so I'm pretty sure he considers this to be the best matchup available to him, and that's the reason why he's picking it first, kind of to gain some momentum. We saw it yesterday, the Kranich seemed to prefer to taking the good matchups first instead of take the hard one, because he has to win all 3 in a row. So sometimes players in this situation, they maybe want to catch a break before their next match or so, and knowing that you have to win with all decks, might as well take the most difficult matchup first. But yeah. This should favor Kranich, but how much? And Druid is a class that can beat absolutely anything with the right draws, getting the mana cards early, getting those threats later.
Absolutely. I believe that Druid is, especially now with Aspirant as well, if you start with Aspirant early, you will be able to trade into those early threats, and then with cards like Keeper of the Grove, Wrath, Swipe, and even your taunts, you will be able to stop the aggression. But looking at Kolento's hand, he has the Wrath to deal with 1 minion, but nothing else. Double Savager early is not great. Pilot Shredder is okay, but then you can't play both of them at the same time, so it seems like he will be using the hero power a lot. And Kranich, he actually has a lot of good minions there.
Yeah, like you said, double Savage Roar is not great at all. It's actually quite terrible, and Kranich even has the option here to play a 3-4, which Kolento cannot kill with just the Wrath. So this is looking great for Kranich right now, but let's see, maybe Kolento can get some lucky top decks or otherwise turn the game around. Inner Weight is a good card, but there's no perfect play with it right now. He can Wrath and then Hero Power or just get one of those Shredders. It's pretty sweet to get the Shredder out right now.
Yeah, I think it's still huge because that Shredder is going to help him a lot. Not only contest the 3-4, it also will grant him a minion. If he gets a bit lucky, that minion can be really helpful to contest something else as well. And then he follows up with the Shredder. And yeah, we'll see. Kranich going with the weapon here. He has a mech in hand, even 2 of them.
Okay, that's not terrible for Kolento. Getting a 3-2. It could have been a lot worse. Obviously, it's not a Millhouse Mana Storm, which would have been absolutely amazing, but it's still like slightly above average considering the circumstances.
But there is an Earthshock for that Shredder. So really interesting what Kranich will do. Earthshock seems tasty, but is this the best play? You can play Mech Warper and Spider Tank as well.
Yeah, Spider Tank. I'm interested to see what else he's going to cast. Looking like the Earth Shock. Getting rid of that Death Rattle from the Shredder. Also buffing his Spider Tank up to 5/6. Wow.
Interesting. So I liked the sequencing where he played Spider Tank before because he wanted to trade into the minion anyway.
Yeah.
And now at 5/6. What? What is this hand?
Double combo.
But if he plays Thorson, everything is gonna get discounted, so he can actually go for double combo. And Kranich is already at 17.
Yeah, he is, but Kranich, he can put quite a bit of pressure right now. He can add more things to the board, but oh man, this might be an exciting finish, because if Kranich, for example, like ignores the Thorison, Kolento could use one combo for 7 mana. If Kolento picks up his last Innervate, he could even double combo on his
What? He killed Innervate!
What is happening here?
Kolento is looking at his hand and he's disgusted. This hand is out of this world.
That's amazing. How much damage can Kranich deal here?
Yes,
Kranich, yeah, can he survive with maybe a totem? No, that wouldn't even help. Because just the treants.
Yeah, there's 22 damage incoming next turn. Thorison doesn't even matter at this point.
How much can Kranich? So he can Rockbiter, hit for 6. He can, if his spell power crackles, that's another 7. So that would be 13 plus 7 plus 2. So there could potentially be lethal here for Kranich. There is the tiny chance.
Okay.
But he's not going to try to do it here. He's just going to play the minions. He has no idea what's coming.
He's not playing around double combo on turn 7? What?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can't blame him for that.
Oh man, so Kolento is the first person to actually advance from Group C with like I can't even spell it. Double combo on turn 7. Kranich is just looking at it. Kolento says, "My greetings." Kranich gives us a smirk. It's like, seriously, Kolento? Seriously? I'm speechless, Savitz.
That was quite an ending to a game. I haven't seen anything quite like that in a long time. I've seen some ridiculous things with Emperor and those combo pieces, but that was so fast. And that Innervate, that Emperor, just things looked horrible when he picked up the double combo, but then Innervate and Thorison, and like, oh wow.
I just want to say we haven't seen Kolento for some time in competitive play, but this match, when you joined, he started with the turn 5 kill with Shaman, and he finished with turn 7 double combo kill with Druid.
Yeah,
what is this match?
Yeah, yesterday before Kolento's matches, we were like looking at it. Oh, it seems like whenever Kolento participates in a tournament, he wins. And taking a 3-0 in this group, which is stacked with a lot of talented players, is quite impressive.
Oh man. And guys, if you're joining us right now, we have more matches for you today. We still have Orange versus Surrender coming up next. We have Purple versus Kranich, Kolento versus Surrender, so he will play again, and Purple versus Surrender to close the day. So 4 more matches after that, me and Savitz. But for now, we're ready to go into a short break, so stay tuned, stay with us. We'll be back soon.